Hello, this is Dr. Eldred Taylor, and I'm here with another one of our speakers for our annual American Functional Medicine Association conference at the Georgia World Congress Center in Atlanta, Georgia, November the 10th through the 12th, 2016. The speaker we have with us today is J. Matthew Andre. Dr. Andre is a clinical professor at Indiana University School of Medicine and president of Andre Medical Services. He received his medical degree from Indiana University School of Medicine and has been in practice for 16 years. He is a leader in the fields of personalized and preventative family medical care, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy, and hormonal behavioral weight management. Dr. Andre holds dual board certifications. He is a diplomat of the American Board of Family Medicine and the American Board of Obesity Medicine. Dr. Andre serves on the board of directors as a trustee of the American Society of Bariatric Physicians, a worldwide organization dedicated to the medical treatment of the obese and overweight. And in November, Dr. Andre will be speaking on the topic hormonal control of weight management. Dr. Andre has been one of our speakers, I think, for the last 2 or 3 years. He's been a fan favorite. Dr. Andre, we're so happy to have you back this year. What can we expect to hear from you this year? We know you're a wealth of knowledge about obesity. So, what do you have in store for us today or in November concerning hormonal control of weight management?
Sure. And Elder, I just wanted to say thank you for including me again. It's always a privilege to get to talk to those who come and want to learn more about functional medicine, because we get such a unique group of people who come to these meetings because they're all so hungry for information that it's always a joy to talk there. Well, what I'm interested in, as you know, is I believe deeply that our epidemic, the plague of our time, is weight. And every clinician who's interested in keeping their patients healthy long term or improving their health, I believe, has to be armed with a panorama of tools to know how to address weight issues when they come up for patients. As you know, being an OBGYN and you've treated women for years, how many do we see who go their whole life and who never have much of a weight problem, but they hit, say, menopause, and all of a sudden it's a whole new ball game? And
Sure.
yet, we are told that we're supposed to go back and tell them, well, gosh, you must just be eating wrong. And this, hey, I'm doing the same thing I've done for years. Nothing's really different. And then, we look at them and act like we've got nothing to do. Well, what I'm trying to do is put together some very practical tools by which patients can know what things they should be looking for in terms of hormone balance and the way that those are going to impact weight for their patients. And if these clinicians are specifically interested in helping weight, the things they must know in terms of what hormone balancing can occur and what imbalances can happen on our hormones that can be a really significant barrier to weight loss. So we're going to talk about certainly a range of hormones like insulin and cortisol, but we're going to really spend a whole lot of time talking about the sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone, where the latest research has been done and is being done concerning the control of body composition, adipose tissue distribution, and the way the body reacts when we put those hormones back in. As you know, among hormone medicine, man, you can find a study to back up whatever you want to believe about it. If you want to believe that estrogen makes can cure deforestation and world hunger, you can find that.
Yeah.
If you want to find it's the worst thing that is ever invented, you can find that too. If you want to find out information, does estrogen cause weight gain or does it cause weight loss, or what about estrogen dominance? I think clinicians are very confused about that because there's information that can support either of these theories. And what we're going to try to do is talk about where those ideas came from and how a good clinician can navigate kind of the hormone menagerie that where those levels are for our patients has tremendous impact on their health and their weight.
I think you said the magic word is confusion, and I've been trying to help with that confusion. But you're right. There's so much information out there that's so uh, the opposite sides are so strong.
They make it sound so black and white.
Yeah, yeah, they
And
make
that's
it.
what's, well, And you know this, but I think what sets us apart and what sets you apart in terms of what you've tried to really propound in the American Functional Medicine Association is how we're trying to be the clinicians who don't do that. We're
Yeah.
trying to be the clinicians who go and we eat the hay and spit out the sticks. We find the best information from whatever tools are out there and say, hey, this makes sense. I see this with my patients. We're not going to be the clinicians who come in and say, hey, the book says this. I'm going to ignore this patient in front of me and do what the book says. We do the opposite. We try to we understand that our science should come from our clinical observations, and that should inform even the type of studies we do, not the other way around.
Right. Right. So yeah, you're right. We see these women all the time. They say that they're fine, that they haven't changed their eating pattern, they haven't changed their activity, and they get
Yep.
to menopause and they just totally gets out of control. And my saying is, you can't exercise and diet your way past a hormone problem.
The only way you can.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can is if that diet and exercise changes the hormones for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of times it won't.
Yeah, exactly. And they have tried. I mean, they come in, they've tried every diet, and
Yep.
we finally get a hold of their hormones, and then their activity. I said, then what your efforts will be congruent with your results. But until that time,
That's right.
you're going to have a hard time. So
well, and it's so frustrating because we'll have, we'll see patients, and then this lady will come in and we'll give her some estrogen and she just loses a ton of weight. Well, then we go believing that should happen for every patient, and then when it doesn't, we're confused. And then sometimes we see it go the wrong way. Then we double down on our mistake because we just didn't know enough. And what we want to do is try to arm people with what kind of the latest understanding is. And I'm not saying we've got all the answers, but I'm saying we're going to start asking the right questions and get the answers together.
Great. I think that's a great way to end this. Yeah, we're just going to start asking the correct questions and then see what we can do to help patients. So, well, Dr. Andre, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. It's always a pleasure to have you. Again, he is. If you haven't heard him, he's always one of our fan favorites according to the evaluation. So, we always enjoy having him at our annual American Functional Medicine Association conference this November 10th through the 12th. 2016 in Atlanta, Georgia at the World Congress Center. Dr. Andre, thank you for your time this afternoon. I know you're at the end of a long day at the office, so we appreciate you taking time out to do this interview with us.
Well, thank you, Dr. Taylor, and I look forward to seeing you and look forward to see all the attendees at the conference.
Great. All right. Thanks again.